Hello, welcome to another episode of Cooking in the Raw. I'm your host, Laura Shelby, aka Shell. You think everyone knows me by now? Okay, I'll keep introducing myself. Today on now that's raw. On today's show, I'm going to be doing a light summer dish. I was talking about earlier about a taco bowl, which I made the bowls earlier. Woo! I have all of those taco bowls done. You know what? I'm so glad that I enjoy cooking. I'm so glad that the people that I cook for enjoy eating the food that I prepare for them. So now I'm going to do the second part of that taco or shrimp taco bowl salad. So I'm working with the shrimp here now. I already peeled them. And so I'm putting on toothpicks. These are going to be simply sauteed. And then I'm going to toss them with a nice vinaigrette utilizing these ingredients here. So I'm going to get these on a toothpick. To a toothpick, and the reason why I'm doing this because it makes it easier to handle when they're in the pot, and so then when I need to place them on the plate, it's a done deal. And I have quite a few of these to do, but I wanted to give you a showcasing of me toothpicking. I mean, cooking is just so much fun because there's so many steps. I mean, it's like sometimes 10 hours worth of work for 2 hours of fun. With wine, of course. Alright, so I'm going to do these and get these ready to be cooked, and then I'll begin to show you the next step. Alright, so I'm going to start preparing the ingredients for the taco salad. Here we go. I'm going to start with the lettuce here. Now, I like to have some people rip the lettuce. I like to have, you can purchase, baby lettuces. This here I'm using today is just, whole green leaf. I like to give it a roll, almost like rolling a cigar here. Give it a nice little roll. I'm using a small cutting board because I'm feeling kind of lazy. I don't have to wash a large cutting board, but this works out just fine. And then, just a nice little chiffonade, because I want the lettuce to be nice and fluffy in the dish here. And that's that. There's our lettuce for the tacos. I'll cut some more of that, then take care of that. Alright, so now I'm going to cut some Roman tomatoes. Now, I just simply want the skin here. Okay, so instead of using peppers, because peppers aren't ready yet, I'm just going to use the Roman tomatoes. For a little bit of red, a little bit of flavor. So let's slice that up, and then I'm going to dice it. I'll save that for something else. Alright, so now I got the tomato already peeled. Again, I don't want the inside. I saved the inside to put it in a stock or something. So now, you want to make sure that it's nice and even, or you can just chop. So I'm going to julienne this. Okay? And then just get this all nice and chopped. So I'm building like a confetti for the salad. Now for the onion. Cut out the core. Which is a little core, so that's okay. Now, the onion I want it to be fine. I don't want the flavor to just jump all in your face. Okay? So it's almost like a minced onion. Now for the garlic. Again, a nice little mince. All these are going to add flavor to the vinaigrette. So I don't know if you remember in a previous video the preserved lemons that I did. I think that video got lost in the can somewhere. But I did preserve some lemons, so I'm going to use that. And since we're using seafood, I'm going to use that. Just nice fresh preserved lemons, just simply preserved in its own juices, and a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So a 30-day preservation period. I don't want to use any of the pulp. I only want the skin in this case. So I'm going to use that. Take a little bit of that out. Return this back to the refrigerator. And so let me switch knives here. I'm going to take out the pulp and then julienne the skin. Okay, now I'll do the parsley. Nice little rough cut here in the parsley. Now on the lemon, I didn't use that much lemon. I cut off a few thin slivers and then chopped it up. Because the lemon is going to be pretty strong. I just want the lemon to be in the background. Make sure you get the pit off if you decide to preserve your own lemons. Okay? So we'll leave this here. I can save the stems for a stock. And I'll give you a look at that if you can see that. That's how much lemon I'm going to use. Very little. It's sliced, you know, almost paper thin, and then chopped. Alright? So I'm going to make this vinaigrette. Start with the olive oil. You know, now you decide. I do like a 2-to-1, sometimes 3-to-1 mix in my vinaigrette. Vinaigrettes that I make, that means 2 parts olive oil to 1 part acid, whether it be balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, regular vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or even lemon juice. So I'm going to do that. I got quite a bit of salad to make. That's why I'm making quite a bit of vinaigrette here. In addition to that, I'm going to toss all of these ingredients in the vinaigrette early. And once I saute the shrimp gets tossed in there also. And that gets served on top. Alright, so there we go here. A little bit more here. A little bit of lemon juice. Now you could use fresh squeeze, but here's a pretty nice, I don't want to promote a product, but here's a pretty nice lemon juice that I use, Italian lemon juice that I use here. Is not from concentrate, but just fresh lemon juice here. So it saves me on buying all the extra lemons. Add a little bit of that here. So again, I'm going like 3-to-1 here. Now, so it won't be so tangy, I'm going to add just a little bit of the honey here, just to balance off that tanginess, that acid and sweetness. Now this salad isn't supposed to be a sweet salad, but we want to make sure we have some balance to it. Alright, a little bit of salt and white pepper. Let's give this a mix and see what our foundation is. Then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients to it. Give it a taste. Oh, wonderful. That takes care of that. And let me do a little bit more of acid, because I want a little bit more of that acid bite to it. Now I still have the lemon. Just another pinch of salt, a mix. Now, how easy is this? Watch this part. This is going to be like the quickest part. We add our ingredients. Now here's a situation in which you're adding all of your ingredients for your salad early, because everything gets tossed. To be tossed with the shrimp, and then we add our greens. You can serve it on top, or you can toss it with the greens. What we're going to do in this case is we're going to serve this, our garlic, gotta put the garlic in there. We're going to serve this on top of our greens in this case. We're not going to toss the greens in there, because all the ingredients that we're using for the salad to be right there on the top. Okay? Now I have avocado that I'm going to cut last. I'm going to cut the avocado, that's going to cut last. Make sure we get this all nice and mixed in the vinaigrette. Parsley. Okay? For some fresh herb characteristic. And then we give it a taste. See if we need to adjust it with salt and pepper. This time we want to taste the ingredients here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's it. That's the ticket. Alright, now we have all our ingredients in here. Let's not waste any of this parsley. It tastes nice and fresh. My mouth is watering. Now we stick this in the fridge. Let it stay chilled. Then I'll start the shrimp. Okay, so we have our hot here. Little EVOO action going on here for the saute. Make sure that's nice and hot. Again, if you have an electric stove, approach with caution. Okay? So let that heat up. Then we're going to saute our shrimp, and we're going to put the whole thing together. Now, cooking shrimp, I'm not going to worry about salting it too much, because shrimp has a nice sweet taste to it, so I don't really need the salt in this case. There's enough salt inside of the garnishing ingredients or the vegetables, so that'd be just fine. I just want the taste of the shrimp to just come out on its own, because we're going to toss the shrimp with that. So I'm going to make a couple so you can see the dish come together. When my guests arrive, I'll make theirs fresh. So let those saute. We're looking at the shrimp getting nice and pink. You don't want to overcook the shrimp, okay? Most important, do not overcook the shrimp. Do not overcook the shrimp. And we're talking about a really quick saute. I can already smell that. Now with gas, this process will go a lot quicker, okay? We don't have gas this time. We have electric. We give that a toss. You know, let it cook. The same rules apply to shrimp. Let it cook. We want some coloring here. We also want it to cook through. Flip that. Flip that. See how easy it makes with the toothpicks? You have to fuss around with it. When you get ready to dress the plate, okay, I'm fussing around with that one. When you get ready to dress the plate, it makes it a whole lot easier. Nice coloring on it, so let that cook. Now, this still needs to cook a little bit longer. While that's cooking, turn that down a little bit, add a little bit of oil. Don't have a dry pot here. Turn the fire down. While that's cooking, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to add some greens to our taco bowls here. Just a wee bit. Now the greens simply works as a garnish. You can use arugula, you can use spinach, any type of green that you would like to have. You can use a cabbage slaw. This is a garnish in the background flavor to add some texture and some crunch. I'm listening to my shrimp as I do this. Let me go check the shrimp again. Looking pretty good. Let that keep cooking. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of, it's almost like a salsa. A little bit of our fresh salsa on the top, and the rest is going to get tossed with the shrimp. A little bit of our fresh salsa with some of the vinaigrette here. Toss through. Okay. Pull our shrimp off, make sure they're done. Nice and good here. Turn off the fire. Now add the shrimp here. Now typically you don't go hot to cold, but in this case I want to heat up the sauce a little bit so we get a little nice little wiltiness on the greens. And also to heat up that flavor. So we'll toss these in with the vinaigrette and our chunky fresh salsa. Now we'll take some of our salsa and our shrimp, about 2 to 3 per bowl. And there is the dish. Oh, that's cooking in the raw again. I almost forgot about the avocado. So let's get the avocado cut up here. Let's move this over. Okay. So cut avocados as a garnishment. It adds just a little bit more texture and flavor to it. Give that a slice. So it's almost like has a little bit of rustic Mexican flair to it. Now I'm just going to use the knife that I have here because it's all going in the same dish to carve around the outside of my avocado here. Put a little bit of that. I'm just going to put this on the side. Just like that. Because I myself, I really love avocado. And sometimes I like to have the avocado by itself without any other flavors. And now, that's what I like about cooking in the raw, because you never know what's going to happen. I almost forgot one of the garnish pieces, which would happen to be the avocado. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it, and I will see you next time when we cook something together during this entire summer. Enjoy your summer as I will, and I'll continue to bring you some great dishes. I'll see you next time on Cooking in the Raw. I'm going to enjoy this before the guests get here. Bye now.